Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Let's Play. It is the second of my two new Let's Plays on the channel right now. The first is, of course, the Washington Nationals, which loaded on Monday and is doing quite well through the first 48 hours. Thank you so much for that. Here is number two. It is going to be a fictional league. This is going to be the first time I've ever done a fictional league on my channel, so I don't really have any idea how how it's gonna work. How the videos are going to go, how long they're going to go, or anything like that. I just know this is what we're going to do. So we'll see how this goes. So this league is called the Americas. It has teams from the United States, Canada, and Mexico in it. We've got two divisions. We've got the Eastern Division and the Western Division. You can see the Northeast Division. It consists of the Boston Navigators, the Montreal Gulls, the Toronto Clowns, the New York Slayers. The Gulf Division includes the New Orleans Bulldogs, the Atlanta Seals, the Dallas Silverhawks, and the Miami Sparks. And then the Border Division is the Tijuana Hops, the Leon Beacons, the Chihuahua Dust Devils, and the Juarez Royals. If you hate any of the names, give me some suggestions. I can go in and I can change them, but really all I did was there's a mod on the OOTP website that has 5,000 logos, and I just let the game generate names, and then I went in and I went in and found logos that matched the team names. So some of them are pretty good. Like I like the Navigators logo. I kind of like that. That's pretty neat. Some of them are kind of bad, like the Leon Beacons, but it is what it is. Those are the teams. And then in the West, you've got the Vancouver Saints, the San Francisco Titans, the Edmonton War Dogs, the Winnipeg Ghosts. The Rocky Mountain Division is the Las Vegas Wings, the Phoenix Deputies, the Denver Wreckers, and us, the San Jose North Stars. I randomed 1 through 24 and landed on number 20. So we ended up with the San Jose North Stars. This is the team we will be running. And then the Great Plains Division is the Omaha Fire, the Sioux Falls Chippers, the Chicago Privateers, and the Kansas City Generals. So pick your teams now, guys. Who are you rooting for before we get into the draft? I want to know. I want to know who's your pick. Obviously, of course, outside of the San Jose North Stars, which team are you hitching your wagon to? That's what you need to do here before the video starts. And before we really get into this, once again, because this is video 1 of this Let's Play, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you like the content so that the YouTube overlords will see the video. So yeah, pick your team ahead of time and let me know who you are rooting for. So episode 1, I think, is just going to be the draft and sort of a league overview. My league settings are the same as they always are. I didn't change anything. I've got trade difficulty set on hard. I got my baseball cards off. I've got player personality ratings on. My league rules are the same. Allow trading of injured players. We're going to go with the 20 to 80. Modified extra innings. We'll actually turn that on. Anything else I want to adjust here? Trading frequency we'll leave on average for now. We'll let teams trade people around. We're going to allow the league to evolve, obviously. No reason not to. Have all of the financial settings set to 2022. Let's... Silver Slugger Award. Let's change that. Yeah, so everything is set the way it normally is. I didn't change any of this. And yeah, we're about ready to go. I don't want to make any changes to any of our personnel here right off the bat. We do need a third base coach and a trainer, however. We have a very good scout out of the chute, which is a good thing. I did also add a whole bunch of personnel so that teams have people to choose from if they want to. You can see I added trainers. I added a whole bunch of scouts. He's in his 38th year. I would have gone after this guy, but he's in his 38th year. So we're going to keep our eye out. Oh, is our scout? I didn't even look. Was our scout a highly favored tools guy? If not, we need to fire him. Neutral. Yeah. Jeff Collar is gotta go. Gotta go. So we're going to take care of that right off the bat. Let's find ourselves a highly favored tools scout. Wow, there aren't any. Oof. Look at all these ability guys. I think for at least for year one, I think we just go with a tools guy, because at least if he favors tools, that's going to be better than neutral, and we can move away from him in the off season. So I think we go. Let's offer Cody Westerfield a contract, not 5 years. We'll offer him a 3-year contract. And we need a trainer and a base coach, I believe it said. Yeah, so we need a trainer. Let's find ourselves a trainer. Obviously, prevention is the way to go here. Fair, decent. I think this guy, Chris Weeks, looks pretty good. And then we need a third base coach. So I want to first look at personnel in our staff roles. So either a personable or a controlling third base coach, I guess. What is our current third base coach good at? Or what is our current base coach good at? So Mike Flores, excellent. Jimmy Peters, average. Mike Flores, good. So we need someone who can teach the infield and teach running. That is what we're looking for. Infield and running. Personable. He's 71 years old, though. Here we go. 30-year-old, outstanding infield, outstanding running. So we will make him our third base coach. And yeah, it is. It's time for the draft. I don't even remember where we're picking. I think it's middle of the pack somewhere. We'll see. We are picking 15th. You know what? Do I have commissioner mode on? Let me shut that off if I do. I do. Okay. All right. So we are picking 15th in the draft, and obviously there's a whole lot of talent right off the bat. So I think we just sim ahead, see what's left, and go from there. And it does list their contracts, so we can keep an eye on that. So we won't. My goal is to be saving some money here in year number one, and to not spend a ton of money on salaries. So we'll probably go with a bit younger team, which means we may struggle early on, but let's go to our first pick. So, offensively, we've got Chris Beauchene, a first baseman. Obviously, scouting is low. This is one thing. I wish scouting was a little bit higher when you start these things, or at least don't do the draft right away, because it gives you the opportunity to do a little bit of scouting before you have to actually pick players. But I kind of like... he's making $21 million, though, as a 21-year-old, so that's going to get expensive quickly. $23 million. Ian Crenshaw's making $24 million. I mean, maybe with the first pick, we don't worry so much about the money, and we just find the best player. But I don't know if we want to go pitcher or hitter. And I think we go with a stud starting pitcher, guys. 6'4", 210 pounds. He's making $23 million. Does it show how long the contract is? No, it's just saying this is how much he's going to make in year one. Okay. I mean, he is the best starting pitcher available, and I need to make sure we get an ace. So Heath Brace is going to be the first ever pick of the San Jose North Stars. Let's go on to our next pick, see what we have for batters. Now see if any of those guys are still there. Okay, so Villegas is still there. I think that might be the pick. Another guy who's making $21 million, but he's 21 years old. Has some speed. He's good defensively. Really good as a leadoff hitter. So we will take Rogelio Villegas as our number 2 pick. So I talk about not wanting to spend a lot of money, and then the first 2 players I pick are both making like $20 million a year. So that's that's just sort of the way things go, I guess. All right, so it's back around to us. Be nice to get ourselves a nice young catcher who maybe isn't making a butt ton of money. A lot of prospect types. He's 35. Yeah, I'm not crazy about the idea of drafting a 30, somebody in their 30s or 40s. Andy Cargill. I mean, good bat. Left fielder with those ratings. Assuming those ratings are legit. Bill Moore's making $14 million, but has low work ethic. I think Guillermo Soto is that guy. He's making $10 million, but that's not an unreasonable amount of money. He's making $10 million. Good defensively, good speed. Guillermo Soto is the 3rd pick of the North Stars. Let's switch back over to pitchers now. Let's find ourselves another starter. Okay, so we still got a few names. Steve Outhouse. That's a name. That is a name. 3 great pitches, good stuff. Movement controller, average. Lorenzo Roldan, he's a prospect. We are going to start making some runs at some prospects here shortly. In fact, I think this is going to be my first one. Ricardo Estrada, 21-year-old, 5'10", 180-pound lefty with elite control. Let's find ourselves a 3rd starter. I want to make sure we have a solid pitching staff. Jonathan Silva looks good to me. Demeat Hook is his nickname. That's a fantastic nickname. Josh Botello. I kind of like him more, actually. He's 28. He's only making $1 million. Let's do it. Let's find ourselves. We're gonna need some bats here. We definitely need some bats. We only have a center fielder and a second baseman so far. He's not very good defensively, but we absolutely. I guess catcher ability is 55. He's not terrible, but we absolutely need a catcher. And guys, I may end up breaking this out into a couple of pieces. We'll see what happens with work and whether or not they're kind of up my butt here. But if they're not, then I will just go until they steal me for something. A lot of young players. Yeah, we're already down to 3-star potential hitters. So I think Luke Farmer, $8 million. He's making 11. Matt, $17 million. So much money. So much money. Roy Medrano's making 16. Let's customize this and let's add their financial information on here just so we can see. Oh, it doesn't list their salary. Is it listed under demand? Extension, salary, competition, waivers, demand. Is it listed there? It does. Okay. All right, so that's what we want to be looking at. Guillermo Guzman making $2 million. Yeah, I like that. 22-year-old power-hitting left fielder. Sure. I want to get a couple of batters in here so that we can... Yeah, there we go. right there. Benito Mejia, 26-year-old. Let's find ourselves a catcher. We definitely need a catcher here at some point. Argules, not particularly good with the bat, but very, very good defensively. And if his eye is actually that good, he could end up as sort of a Yasmani Grandal light. I kind of like that. We need a catcher. Let's take one. This might be a little bit early to take a catcher, but we need one. All right, so we have a catcher, a second baseman, center field, right field, and 3 starting pitchers. Let's go back to starting pitchers. Get ourselves another starter here. Customize with the demand. All right. We got 22-year-old Jordan Henderson. Danny Espinoza. I think we can afford to spend a little bit of money on a pitcher here. Oh my gosh. There are a ton of good pitchers. I do want to start taking prospects at some point, but I think the first thing we do is... Do I want to go Henderson or do I want to go Trogdon? I think I go Trogdon. He's got more room to develop. So we got 70, 55, 50 versus 80, 45, 45. Maybe we can... Oh, it's not our pick. Oh, all those guys are gone. So we're going to take Trogdon, which is good. Somebody I was looking at anyway. Let's go to our next pick. And let's finish up our starting rotation. Let's get our 5 starters and then go from there. Fiorito looks okay. And he looks really good for a 5th starter. You know, there's still so many good pitchers here. And we're going to go back to batters, I think. Oh, come on. Customize, info, demand. All right. So we need first base, third base, shortstops. Let's look at shortstops. Willie Curry, not really a shortstop. Let's look at defensive ratings. No, let's not look at defensive ratings. Let's look for players who are actually listed as shortstops and see what their defense looks like. Here we go. Hunter McLean, 22-year-old elite defensive shortstop. I like what I see there. The bat is average, but he can hit towards the bottom of the lineup with that glove. What do we got for power bats left? We got Javi Aguirre, a 19-year-old. Scott Giannotti. Scott Giannotti. Our scout loves Aguirre. Danny McMahon. He's making a lot of money for a 22-year-old that is just okay. That may be the only option, really, if we go to third baseman. Yeah, I think this is the way we go. I think we go Danny McMahon. All right, so we've got... Let's go back to pitchers. Do we take a reliever here at some point? Chad Adams, 24-year-old lefty extreme ground ball pitcher. Yeah, I like that. Bring in our closer. Let's find ourselves our last starting pitcher here. Rick Beaumont. Yep, that works for me. Looks like a bit of a two-way player, kind of. Our scout... Okay, so our scout thinks he's going to end up being better than OSA does. But I'm okay with that. We take a run at a 22-year-old. batters. What are we still missing? We're missing right field and first base. Two positions I'm not overly concerned about. He's 19. Let's look at batting ratings. Let's see who is currently developed. Lindsey Corbett. He's 34. I don't really want to be dealing with 34-year-olds. Raul Cruz. I mean, he looks fine. He'd be a pretty good defensive first baseman. He's not going to hit all that much, but that's fine. We need a first baseman, so let's draft Raul Cruz. And let's get a right fielder. Let's get all the positions down, and then we can just start dealing with best possible option, if you will. Franklin Garcia is not good defensively. Chase Green looks all right. David Hicks, 37-year-old, making $8 million. I'll pass. Kyle Kemp, nope. Steve Preeler. OSA doesn't like him. I have to lean on OSA a little bit because their scouting accuracy right now is more accurate. Let's go back to potential. What do we got for potential? Roberto Napoli's. Yeah, we can take a prospect at this point. Were any of those pitching prospects still there? No, they're all gone. So we'll take a couple of prospects at this point. We'll take David Arroyo. Contreras still around. He's making $6 million. Yeah, he's not really a prospect at $6 million. Frank Beagle. There's a name. I'll take Frank Beagle. He looks pretty good. All right, so now it's just a matter of finding the best possible players, I think, because we have essentially somebody at every position now. I still would rather stay relatively young if I can help it. Jason Gant. Kind of like him. He's not very good defensively, but he's got a good bat. It's not our pick. Now it's our pick. Now we'll take Jason Gant. All right. Craig Hunt, 22-year-old, elite defensively. Yep, need one of those. Let's see. Neil Rudman. Again, another... No, he's actually not bad. Another middle infielder. Oh, we need a backup catcher. That's the other thing we need. Don't want to forget to do that. Mike Myers. He's an 18-year-old. Oh, the contact isn't there. If the contact was a little higher, he would be in good shape. Let's look at batting ratings for catchers. What do we have left? Not a whole hell of a lot, so we're going to go with Juan Alanes. Alanes? Whatever it is, we now have our backup catcher. Let's start thinking about this like we think about the draft. Let's go to infield range. Kevin Price, absolutely. 22-year-old, great defensively. Fernando Marquez. Yep, another good defensive infielder. Oh, somebody took him. Damn it. Baton. Bat's really crap. Ryan Bradshaw. 18-year-old. Yeah, I mean, he looks... those are the types of picks we make in the draft once we get to this point, right? We start finding players who are good at individual things and then taking a shot on them and hoping that they develop. Aaron Olsen. Nope, that bat's just too bad. Aaron Campbell. Can't really hit, but looks like a veteran-type outfield presence, which we need, so we will take Aaron Campbell. I don't even know how many picks we get. Like, is it enough for the 40-man roster, or is it enough for Chris Glidewell? We'll take him. Or is it enough for the 40-man roster? We need pitchers. Oh, God. You thought about pitchers in like 10 rounds here. Pitching ratings. We need some bullpen arms. Definitely. Ooh, our bullpen's not going to be strong. I waited too long. That's okay. Jarrett Swift. I'm going to take a run on relievers here, I think. Austin Road. Yep, 70 control. I like that. He's 38. I don't want a 38-year-old. Luis Garcia, no. Jeremy Anderson, we'll take him. What do we got for starters left? Anything? Mike Bianco. Yeah, good movement. I mean, he's what would be our 6th starter, 7th starter. Julio Caballero. He looks okay. His nickname is the Human Rain Delay. Rich Vallejo. Yeah, good stamina, good control. Excuse me. Hector Herrera. We need some first base depth. Excuse me. Got something stuck in my throat here. All right, so we got Jaden Nelson, who's actually a 19-year-old who's pretty close to developed. We can take him. Ryan Gagnon. Again, decent power out of a prospect. So we have 14 pitchers. Let's go back and let's look at pitchers again. And it's just bouncing back and forth at this point, trying to find the best players for the team without spending a crap ton of money. 22-year-old Herman Garcia. That works. Vasquez, yep. Yeah, we'll take Vasquez. I have a feeling our payroll is going to be a lot higher than I would have anticipated. And you're going to see that when we get into the actual game that most of the teams are not going to have a lot of money right off the bat. That's just what happens in year one of fictional leagues. For some reason, the game just can't sort out how to give teams money. Heim Fritas. So we're not going to have any money, more than likely, for the first year. Which means, not a whole lot of trades. We just sort of sim through the first season and kind of see how we do. Paul Hawkins looks okay. Renzo Castro looks like a decent enough fielding prospect. Again, and some of these guys are not going to be anything close to what they appear to be. Once we get their scouting accuracy up to a high, some of these guys are going to look significantly worse. So you don't want to spend way too much time sitting here and sorting this out because you're gonna half these players are gonna end up being Troy Gilliam. I like him. Half these guys are gonna end up being no good. 40, 23-year-old, 40s across the board, great speed, meh. Osorio, yep, that looks good for me. 21-year-old. That eye develops. He ends up with a 70 batting eye. Jesus Ramirez, yep, it's not my pick. Now it's my pick. Is he still there? He is. Now what do we got? We got Jose Romero. Yep, here's another one that I like. Let's go back to pitchers. Let's draft ourselves some more pitchers. Tim Cole's a developed 19-year-old. I kind of like that. I mean, probably really low ceiling type, but still. 55, 50, 50. Yeah, he looks okay. He's durable. Oh, wait. Jeff Large? Yeah, let's go Jeff Large. I like him better. Even though he's got a major league contract. I'm okay with that. Rodney LaChance. Yep. Add some bullpen depth. So I think we're going to have decent starting pitching and a below average offense. I think that's kind of what we're looking at here. Antonio Soto. I think this is 50 rounds. I think this is what this ends up as. So is there anybody? Yep, we're gonna take Paul Hawkins. We're gonna take Shane Bullard because he's a catcher with a bat. It's not my pick. Now it's my pick. I think this is it. Oh, I don't know how many rounds we go. And I'm not going to sit here and pick 1,000 rounds. I can tell you that right now. I think we may go through until I decided that there's nobody else that I have to have. Daniel Hayes, good power. Because really now I'm looking at one particular skill. You know, can he hit for a little bit of power? You know, like this guy, Mike Myers, Pelo Fino. Decent catcher ability. Whether or not he ever develops, who knows? But he's 18 years old. Schraffenberger. It's not my pick. Schraffenberger, sure. Let's look at batting ratings now. See if there's anybody left that has any sort of tool that we can use on the big league roster right now. Mike Hutchinson, we can take him. He could probably be a backup outfielder. I'm not seeing anything. Pitcher ratings. We got Javier Guevara, Matt Cameron. Yeah, none of these guys are pitching potential. Monty Egan, 50s across the board. Sure. It's not my pick. Now it's my pick. All right. Oh, 56 rounds, I think, is... Ooh, Bill Thorne. Yeah, we'll take Bill Thorne with our next pick. Is there anybody else that I have to have? Johnny Peterson. We'll take him with our next pick. And then... O'Brien, we'll take him too, because he's... No, we won't. They just took him. I was going to say we'll take him because he's got high work ethic, but that is going to be it for the draft. So we're going to let the AI finish the last however many rounds it is. We did 60 rounds. I think that's good. We'll let the AI set up our team initially, and then we'll go in and we'll make our changes. Yeah, so it's not thrilled with the team we put together. Who was our number one pick? It was a pitcher. Where is he? It's a 21-year-old pitcher. They put our first 2 picks in AAA. Okay. So let's send him down. Let's call up Brace, and let's send Campbell down and call up Villegas. They put our first 2 picks in AAA because the game is dumb. Yeah, our offense doesn't look all that good. I think our pitching staff is going to be much better. So let's take a quick look at the draft log. That's inaugural draft log. So the first pick went to the Winnipeg Ghosts, and they took John Stevenson, 27-year-old out of Cincinnati. Looks pretty damn good. Aaron Garcia, a 35-year-old, went number 2. See, that's not something I would have done. Angelo Sanzo, the first hitter off the board, a center fielder to the Miami Sparks. Ernie Byers, a 36-year-old second baseman, goes to the Privateers, an elite leadoff man and second baseman. Walt Boynton, a first baseman, going off the board with the number 5 pick. Shaq Pappy is his nickname. Toby Smith, left fielder. Wow, that's the first batter I would have taken off the boards, honestly. Only making $1.2 million, and look at those ratings. He's going to be a monster. Mario Bueno, the first pick of the New York Slayers. Mike Moran, Chihuahua, takes a 40-year-old with their first pick. A 40-year-old making $35 million. Saul Vaca to the Sioux Falls Chippers. He looks okay, but he's 34. Danny Arena, a 34-year-old, to the Phoenix Deputies, is their number 1 pick. Kyle Wilcox, a 27-year-old, goes to Lyon. Second baseman, making $30 million. Ben McDaniel, a 25-year-old. There's a really solid pick, I think, by the Tritons. His nickname is Shag. High work ethic, good fastball, elite stamina, ground ball pitcher, throws 100 miles an hour, making $1.2 million. Brian Shuford, another good pick, this one by the Seals. At number 13, another 40-year-old to Juarez, Jim Chartrand, the old Fox, 40 years old, going in the first round. Then us with Heath Brace, followed by Bill East going to the New Orleans Bulldogs. Mike Morey, a 25-year-old, goes to the Omaha Fire, a second baseman. 32-year-old Brian Worthington goes 18th to the Kansas City Generals. Center fielder, good bat, average defensively. Scott Hunt, a 42-year-old third baseman, goes to Tijuana. His nickname is Gabe. He is a great defensive third baseman, going to hit for some pop, but you wonder how much time he's got left in the tank. John Vanderlip, a 28-year-old center fielder, goes to the Navigators. Looks pretty good. Matthew Wright, 21st to the Wreckers. The Las Vegas Wings pick up Bobby Salazar, another 28-year-old, another good pitcher there. The 23rd pick in the draft is Steve Davis, a 38-year-old first baseman to the Montreal Gulls. The Wampum Walloper is his nickname. And the final pick of the first round goes to the Vancouver Saints. They take Philip Angeles, a 32-year-old captain, with their first pick. So there is the draft. I think we can sim up to... We'll sim up to opening day. I mean, it's going to go really quickly because I only have the one league. Okay, so we have our scout. So let's go in here and let's get scouting reports on everybody. Let's go to our minor leagues. Let's get scouting reports on everybody that is I'm going to say 2.5 stars and up. It'll take them a while, but hopefully we'll get some information on some of our players here over the next couple of months as we get closer to opening day. Cross scouting report. And let's sim ahead. So yeah, let me know, guys, if there's anything you want to see, if you want to take a look at any of the... I mean, we can probably take a look at some of the teams as we move forward. We'll take a look at some of the rosters as the teams are developing and as the season moves on. But if you're all in on a team, like if your team is the Montreal Gulls, and you want me to follow the gulls, just let me know. All right, so right off the bat, we get some drops from some of our players. Brace, his movement drop, but his control gets better. That's okay. We can live with that. Argolese was our top catcher pick. Okay. I'm looking for Viegas. Yeah, there's another one who got worse, but again, still really good. His potential contact is up to an 80 now. Okay. So let's get scouting reports on everybody. So yeah, if there's a team you want me to take a look at, let me know. Gladly go through their big league team and their roster and whatnot. So we have the draft pool. I think what I'm gonna do is when I get to the draft, because you've got the draft order is set up exactly the same as the player draft. So I think what we're gonna do is this: assign random draft order. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do with the draft. So we're picking 12th in the draft. So I wanted there to be some randomness to it in that first year. So we're going to be picking 12th in the draft. So if we look at the draft pool, what do we got for... And it's still early. I'm not going to spend a ton of time looking at this right now, but... yeah, I mean, there's some good talent in there, not a ton. Not a ton, but, again, you got to get the scouting level up, so hopefully some of these ratings will improve over time, but... let's get up to spring training. And we're going to let the AI set. Oh, you need the team's help. Okay. Well, this is going to help us right off the bat. It's going to limit what we can do financially, but it's going to limit what we can do financially anyway. Actually, it looks like we have some money. Oh, man, look at this. Fan loyalty average, fan interest at 31. So we absolutely 100% need to start a charity. We're going to spend some money, and we are going to get the fans' buy-in here right off the bat. All right, so it's spring training. I like our logo. I know it's sort of a take on the old Minnesota North Stars logo, but it's sort of curved a little bit, so I dig our logo. All right, so here we go. Let's start setting. I mean, it's going to be like this. I mean, Brace is going to be our main guy. I don't think he's going to start. So we've got Beaumont, Beagle, Botello, Brace, Estrada, and Trogdon. Yeah, so Botello will be our quote-unquote ace, at least for the first year. Then Brace. It's got Trogdon in the 3 spot. All right, yep, so we got Trogdon. Sorry, again, like I said, just getting communication from people left and right, and it's going to kind of cause some delays in me talking. But, all right, so there's our rotation. So we go Botello, Brace, Trogdon, Beaumont, and Beagle. And guys, I will be back in just a second. All right, sorry about that. Like I said, going to be a little choppy here. I'm going to have to do some editing on this video, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some editing on this video for sure as I work through kind of the first episode and try to do this while I'm working at the same time. It's not always easy. So anyway, our rotation: Botello, because he's 28, he'll get the opening day start. We got Brace as our number 2, followed by Trogdon, our number 3, another 22-year-old. Rick Beaumont, another 22-year-old in the 4, and then Ricardo Estrada. I think I want to swap Estrada, and it's spring training, so I don't really care. But, and then we'll just let the AI do whatever they want with the bullpen. We can call up other players because it's spring training, so let's call up a few of these guys. Gilliam. And I don't care about the lineup. We'll let the AI do whatever they want with the lineup here for spring training, and then we'll come back and we'll deal with it once the season starts. So let's go ahead and let's sim ahead to next month. All right, so we get another player development. Vallejo drops a bit. That's not great. Trogdon drops a little bit. That's okay. He still looks pretty darn good. Beaumont drops a little bit, but he looks okay still. Troy Gilliam improves. Okay, I like that. I like the gap power, home run power, and eye discipline. Yegas again drops a little bit, but still potential 75 contact. He will likely be our leadoff hitter, maybe our number 2. A lot of these guys I don't know about, but these are all play. I told you that this was going to happen with a lot of these guys, that they were we were going to see significant drop-offs in their talent level as we got scouting on them. So okay, so we're almost very high on everybody, so let's just get up-to-date scouting reports on all of these guys. Let's go to our minors. Anybody we're not? Yep, we got to get... You can see our list of 2.5 and a 2.5 star and up minor leaguers has dropped substantially since we did this last, but we will do it again. Scouting report. Napoli's looks... Ooh, wow, he's up to average. I mean, he looks like he could be an absolute beast if those ratings hold true. So we'll keep our fingers crossed there. And we will sim to next month. And yeah, you can see how much quicker this goes. So I think we may end up doing... Soto's out for 5 weeks. Ooh, that's not good. He was our starting second baseman. I think we may try to get through a season per episode. Since it sims so quickly, I don't see any reason why we couldn't. So I think that's probably the plan. Try to get through a season per episode. And we'll see how things go. So we finished last in spring training. We finished 13 and 16. So we get some more scouting reports. Looks like mostly minor leaguers. Jay DeCook. That's some nice bumps there. Napoli's, yeah, that's what I was hoping for. So the first real prospect that we took in the 15th round looks like he's going to be an animal when it's all said and done. All right, so once again, sorry about that. But yeah, so we get, that's another nice bump there from David Arroyo, a 17-year-old we took in the 16th round. So our 15th round and our 16th round picks that we invested on prospects are looking pretty good. So we have 33 players on our roster, 17 pitchers. We got to send 4 pitchers down. So Vallejo, Soto, Egan can all go down to the minors. And we got to send 1 more down. And Estrada, that's pitching. Yeah, that's ratings. That's not the overall. Or that's not their Caballero can go. All right, so here is our opening day pitching staff. We're going to go Botello, Brace, Trogdon, Estrada, Beaumont. Chad Adams we're gonna have Chad Adams as our stopper since we don't really have a great bullpen. We have an okay bullpen. I think we did all right considering we started a little behind the 8 ball. We went like 15 rounds before we took anybody. So Anderson will be high leverage. Austin Road will be high leverage. Both of these guys are going to be used more often. Vasquez will be normal use. Beagle will be middle relief middle relief as well. Because we're going with a stopper, we don't really need a setup man, but we have a lefty and a righty middle reliever that we can throw out there in high leverage. Herman Garcia and Franklin Vasquez will be our other middle relievers, and then Swift and Blanco will be our long men. And then, so we get 29. So we only sent three hitters down. So let's look at our batting ratings. So I think we can send Vasquez down because we've got McLean there to back up. So actually probably send both of these guys down. And then Herrera, and that should give us 26, right? Yep. All right. So our lineup, not very good. Not very good. In fact, it's pretty bad. We've got some actually, we don't really have a lot of hitting talent on this team at all. I think we are going to struggle mightily offensively. I think Gilliam is our leadoff hitter out in left. And then Villegas will be our number 2. Mejia will be our number 3. First baseman with good contact. Gilliam. Is Guzman our cleanup hitter? I think so. Where does he play? DH? Oh, did I turn the DH on? That's one thing I need to do. Rules. Yeah, we got the designated hitter enabled in both. So, let's see. Gilliam 50, 45, 50. Guzman, yeah, so Gilliam's actually the DH. Guzman will bat, clean up, and play left. Is it McMahon? Craig Hunt's going to be our starting center fielder. Wow. I think we go with McLean as our starting shortstop. Look at how good Kevin Price is. I think we go Kevin Price. And he's going to hit like $150 or something. But so we go McMahon as our 5. Oh, man, our offense is so bad. I think we just go all in with the defense thing and just kind of see what happens. So Craig Hunt will play right field. Argulas will be our catcher. Price will be our shortstop. And our second baseman's hurt. Right. So once we get him back, we get another bat in our lineup, thankfully. How long is he out for? Out for 2 more weeks. Yeah, I mean, he comes right back into our lineup and all of a sudden makes our lineup a ton better. I completely forgot about that. All right, so let's generate the depth chart. We don't have a backup third baseman right now. That's just wonderful. Let's copy the lineup. Let's paste it. What changes do we want to make against... we don't want Mejia batting... I mean, does it really matter? Do we really have anybody who's any better who can bat? And I think we stick with the same lineup against lefties. Yeah, so we know what we're going to be going after. Yeah, we've lost all of our money here as we dumped it into the charity. So we're up to a 41 fan interest now, which is nice. Fan loyalty's up to above average. Our market size is small. Our owner is understanding, controlling, he's meddling, and balanced. So play close to 500 ball this year. Let's just get to opening day, and let's see what it says the future holds for the San Jose North Stars. He thinks we should have close to an even record. Top 100 prospects. We have number 2. Number 4, both of those guys are going to come off that list really quickly as they're both on the big league roster right now. We have the top minor league system in the game. No surprise. We've got 2, 4 Napoli's to 16. Drogden is 26th, and then Arroyo. So 5 of the top 37 prospects reside in San Jose, which is what we were hoping for. So let's save and let's play. Let's let the game simulate day 1 and get Mr. Botello out there on opening day, and let's play the game. Let's play the game at the Vancouver. What cannot happen? I have Troy Gilliam, who's not on my 40-man. Is there anybody else not on my 40-man that should be? No. All right. Now we're going to play the game. And we're going to play the game right after this. All right. It is time for opening day. We send out Troy Gilliam, Rogelio Villegas, Benito Mejia, Guillermo Guzman, Danny McMahon, Craig Hunt, Israel Argules, Hunter McLean, and Kevin Price in front of Josh Botello. And the Vancouver Saints send out Juan Lopez, Nick Morrison, Patrick Lawrence, with an 80 batting eye, Steve McLaughlin, Nick Mullins batting 5th as the catcher. Jared Herbst, Tom Marcus, Bill Snow, Juan Gonzalez, and Dallas Thiessen. Before we do that, though, I want to come in here under strategy. I want to set to sabermetric because that's how I like to manage my teams, and that's how I want my teams managed. So now, let's play the game against Vancouver. And I don't know what the ballparks are going to look like. They might be generic. They might be ballparks that are currently in currently big league ballparks. We'll just sort of have to wait and see. If they're big league ballparks, I'll try to go in between now and the next episode and change them up, but we will see. All right, so we get generic ballpark here in Vancouver, and that's fine. Ground ball to short, and we are underway in the Americans Baseball League. 0 for 2 here as Villegas flies out to center. Mejia will fly out to right, and we got on 1-2-3 in the first. Josh Botello against Lopez. Lopez leads off with a single for Vancouver. He takes off, and he's going to be gunned down. Thrown out 2-4 by Argules, our catcher. Morrison ground ball over to the right side into right field. And a walk. And another walk. And another walk. That's not good. Herbst grounds 5-4, so they get another run in there on the fielder's choice. And another runner thrown out at second. So they ran into 2 outs this inning. Not a great start for your North Stars, at least on the pitching side of things. Guzman grounds out to the first baseman. McMahon with a base hit to right center field. Craig Hunt grounds to the shortstop, and he grounds into a 6-4-3 double play. All right, so let's see if Botello can settle down here in the second. He walked 4, gave up 2 hits, and was fortunate to get 2 caught stealings to get out of it. There's his 5th walk already. And we turn over the double play. So we get out of this inning without any runs. As anticipated, our offense through 2 1/3 has not been good. We've got 1 hit. Make it 2 as McLean with a sharp single to center. Price grounds it to third, and that is our second double play in 3 innings. Lopez leads off with a ground out to second. Ooh, an error made by somebody. By the first baseman. Morrison grounds to third. Another error. Pop up to right. McLaughlin with a fly ball to center. Catch is made out there. And this time, Botello is able to work out of a jam. We commit 2 errors, but they score no runs. Back to the top of the order for us. Sliding catch made out there and left. Here comes Villegas. He picks up his first hit of the season, a 1-out single. Let's see if we can avoid hitting into a double play here. Nope. So we have, okay, so it's just going to be a fielder's choice. Guzman pops up to center, and we are through 3 1/2, and we are still down 2-0. Herbst with a pop-up on the infield. Shortstop back for it, way out in left field, makes the catch. Marcus with a base hit to left field. He attempts to steal, and he's going to be safe, so they're 1 for 3 in stolen bases. Snow grounds out to second. Runner moves to third. Gonzalez ground ball to short. It's going to be an infield hit. The run's going to score. Lopez grounds to short, and we are down by 3 going into the 5th. McMahon leads off with a single, so he's 2 for 2 to start the ABL season out. Hunt, and there's another double play. So we've had 4 singles, and we've hit to 3 double plays to erase all of them. Argules walks, McLean strikes out, and we go to the bottom of the 5th, down by 3. Morrison strikes out. It's walk number 5 for Botello. McLaughlin strikes out. And that's going to be a single to center. Runner's going to make the turn. Stop at second, though. Herbst grounds to first, and that retires the side. So 5 innings, 3 runs, 5 hits so far from our starter. Not terrible. but our offense has not been able to get anything done. We have 4 hits through 5 and 2/3 innings now. Four hits through 6 innings. Marcus leads off. He hits a single to center. 3-1 pitch. It's a fly ball to left. Catch made out there. And we bring in Austin Road. Be a fly ball to center. Catch is made. Runner is off with the pitch, and he is dead to rights. So that's 3 caught stealing in this one for our catcher. Mejia leads off. We need 3. I just would like to get at least 1 run here on opening day. Guzman hits that one to left, so that's our 5th single of the afternoon. Make it our 6th. This is our first time with 2 hits in an inning. Runner's going to go first to third. So we got first and third with 1 out here in the 7th. There's a pop-up on the infield. Catch is made by the center fielder. Run doesn't score. Argules now grounds out to short. So we get 2 on with 1 out, and we can't get it done. Lopez leads off here in the 7th. It's going to be an infield single. Nope, he's out 6-3. I take that back. Morrison now. Fly ball to left. It's carrying, but the catch is made out there. And Lawrence draws a walk. McLaughlin grounds back to the pitcher. Infield single. Mullins grounds to first. First baseman takes it to the bag. Still looking for our first run here. We trail 3-0 going into the 8th. Hunter McLean leads off. Grounds out to first. Out number 2. And Gilliam leads off, 2 outs. And he pops up to the catcher. So we're still scoreless through 8. New pitcher for us is Chad Adams. Strikes out the first batter he faces. Faces Tom Marcus. Grounds it to second. And there's a ground out to short. So our pitching staff was fine. 7 hits, 3 runs, and 8 innings. But our offense just not able to get anything going. Villegas grounds out. Mejia draws a walk. Guzman draws a walk. McMahon pops out to right. So we've had 2 runners on base in 2 of the last 3 innings. And we are going to be shut out on opening day as the Vancouver Saints shut out your North Stars 3-0. Complete game shutout for Dallas Thiessen. Botello just walked too many. He was fine except for the walks. Rode and Adams both pitched well. So I'm fine with our pitching staff. Offensively, McMahon had 3 singles. We didn't have any extra base hits. Just 6 singles for the North Stars on opening day. And that's going to do it, guys. So if there's anything you want to see, you want me to take a look at a roster, you want me to take a look at any, I don't know, if you want to look at a ballpark, whatever you want to look at, let me know. Because, again, I'm doing this for the first time. I don't know, how to really do a fictional league online like this. So I think I will, like I said, I'll probably just play a season at a time. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know, again, who's your team? Drop it in the comments below. Who you sticking with? Who you riding with in the America's Baseball League? Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your support. I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.